Hey guys, Mikes here for live electronic music tutorials, episode 363 guys, and I will keep on going until 1,000, guaranteed. Anyway guys, this is episode 363 and I'm gonna make you some chill outs, of course, in real time, of course using only Logic 4X plugin. I want to prove you guys that simply using internal plugins, either in Logic, Ableton, FL Studio, is more than enough. I know Serum is amazing, I know Silent One, I know Diva, I know those synths there. Great, this is definitely great synth. However, you don't necessarily need them. Of course, if I wanted to push this track to a whole new level, I could integrate new synth, but just to, let's say, write the basic idea, it's a great idea to start with simple synth that will give you some nice content that are easy to work with, that you're not gonna fiddle with for half an hour to get the right sound. It's just put the ideas down. I'll give you a great example is I do some rework, a lot of rework on some clients track, and some clients, they literally compose a track, they lay down the element and they let me do the sound design. It's really cool, guys. Click in the link below to visit our site and check out our rework. It's really cool to help you guys to make some better music. So basically, like I said, he sent me the tracks, no sound design. I pick the sounds for him literally, and I make the track into something really, really more rich and interesting to listen to. However, the composition is all is. So this is the point of what I'm doing now. I'm going to compose, I'm going to lay down all the elements, and of course, after I'm done with that, I'm going to spend a lot more time into this track to make it into a template that's going to be in the link below. Logic 4X now only for this time. Maybe I'll restart doing FL Studio and Ableton, but for now, I stick with Logic, guys. So let's get started. You can see the POV there for the keys here. I actually picked a few synth that I put down in there. I selected already by Drum Machine Designer, which I'm running. If you use Logic again, of course, I'm running Deep Tech, which is one of my favorite kit, 122 BPM. So I'm gonna record some MIDI from scratch. Not sure if I'm on time, which is not really important. So I'm gonna start with basic, really, really basic things with you guys. So, you know, the very beginner can understand, you know, what is happening. So I have the kicks here and I have the velocity of the kick, and I want, you know, the velocity and the timing of the kick to be quite the same. So I have my velocity here. I could put it higher or not. I don't think Drum Machine Designer is triggering like such a difference with the velocity. So you have the MIDI parts here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up. 122 BPM. Simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my MIDI here into the drum channel, and now I'll set the key. So I usually make tracks in E. I don't know if you know me, but I tend to. So C, D, I'm going to in E. It's not really good there, so I'm going to lower it an octave. Yeah, I like that. This is cool. I can always play with it later. So I have my root of what I am doing. And then I'm going to take the hi-hat. Actually, you choose this kit mainly for this hi-hat. You know, maybe some people think I'm a bit silly. However, in electronic music, hats are super important. They kind of give a lot of character to the track. So this is like the open hat of this Deep Tech kit. So here I am in the region of the original octave. Let's see, lower. No, this is more tech housey. So this is more bright, more kind of happy, a bit more, sorry guys, uplifting. And of course, what else do we need when you make a track? We need a snare. Very important always to have a snare to mark the beats here. Let's look again on our track. Root key is E. So you hear. So kick, snare, hats, most basic thing you should learn if you want to make electronic music. After that, you can play, you can make everything different, you know, but to me, when I have that, you know, that's a start to a track. What I'd like to do for this track as an example, I'm going to take another snare, and on this, on the snare here, I'm going to put like half beat before the end here to make like kind of a, where is, here. And to put a little bit more effect, there's usually some delay that are already on to the drum machine. Very simple, basic stuff. However, this gives a lot of character to a track once it's all built together. I like this low tom here. I'm not gonna put it in the same time and definitely not on this key. So, see, I add an element and then I had another element that does kind of, they speak to each other, you know? Then I'm gonna add a third one that's gonna be, there's a block there. So I'm gonna do like, let's say 2 block hits a little bit earlier. Oh, the blocks, I'm a bit low on my blocks. So I put it a little bit off here and another one probably close to here. And then I'm gonna go. All right, let's go in there. It's a bit loud for my taste. So, get the idea? Then I'm gonna proceed with the rolling hat. Oh, I'm gonna leave this here. That's gonna be everywhere but where my open hats are, because the kits they do, so it will choke if I use the open hat and the closed hat at the same time. It will choke the open hat. So basically that's about it to start the percussions. Where is this channel that I just did here? Okay, here, this, there. I'm tempted to drop a shaker in there already, so it's done. So I'm gonna take the kick pattern here, put it there, second shaker. Whoa, that's a little bit low. And there's 2 choices here. Either you put a delay on it and get it to swirl a little bit, or you could literally put more. Maybe change the timing a little bit. Let's say we select all of it, and instead of putting on the beat, we put it half. I don't like that. And then what you can do is you put a simple, there's a delay here and a sample delay here. So I'm gonna just put it a bit on a different timing. I usually do, let's say 10 millisecond here, 20 millisecond here. Oh, sorry, it didn't work. 10 millisecond here. So I'll play you the shaker, this with the delay, without the delay. Without the delay, it's quite flat. Actually, I will drop some of the delay, it's too much. So tick, 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 tick with the sample delay. Oh, it didn't make any difference at all. Is it on there? Something a bit weird here. Again, 10 millisecond. 20, it's in samples, not in millisecond. That wouldn't work, so 10 and 20. Usually the default is millisecond, so it's a little bit strange. Okay, again, this without, it's flat, kind of centered to the middle. When you put it, it spreads out the signal, help make it more dynamic. I put it in the back like that, and I think we have something. I preloaded this synth, which is a very, very old synth, super basic FM synth, put the bass in there. Nice, very nice. Something like this. Can browse a little bit, but I like the basic. Where are the bass? Oh, that too. Let's check. Similar. Nope. Oh, go back to the bass. I think I'll make it a bit longer here, create a bit more segments so I can jam a little bit over the beats. So here. So E, A, G. I'm not sure if I'll make it percussive or not. However, let's get started. Again. Can go very basic. I think I want to record another take with the other idea. It kind of came to me like this. Wait a second, I didn't want that. Let's restart just again. Well, I messed up a little bit. Happens. Record here. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like it so much. This or not that, but here. That I like, but the best, I think I would say. Then we can, of course, play with it. I think I'll leave it simple like this. So I'll do a little trick I want to show you guys. Basically, I'm going to do a send. I'm going to take a new bus here, and I'm going to just take the top part. So because if I take the send here and I send the bass, I don't really want the low end of it. I don't want the chunk, because the bass, what I want to do is I want to put a delay on it. So I'm just going to take like the top part of it, let's say above 200-300. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to put a delay on it. So I will only affect the top part of it. Not a sample delay this time, but let's say a stereo delay. You can hear, I guess. A bit too much. So without. Nice. With. I could add a little bit more feedback. So let's say we open it completely, just to give you the example. Like, let's say if I remove my EQ here. It's actually not bad in this case. So we could. I don't like it's bleeding a little bit, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. What I'm gonna do next, sidechain. So dynamics, compressor, poof. Sidechain the kick, take the input for the instrument kick. Make sure we're not clipping like hell. 4:1 ratio. I think we have enough threshold here. I don't like to go usually above -6 when I'm sidechaining. Some people, they go really heavy. Personally, I think it's just enough to give a good push to the kick. So the kick is pushing the bass. So I had this pad that I loaded here that I really like in Sculpture, which is another super retro synth from Logic that probably nobody uses anymore. Because I thought it had some kind of melodic housey kind of feel. There's already there's some reverb in there or something, but it's not what I'm looking for, so I'm gonna create my own reverb channel here in my send. Where is the reverb? SilverVerb for me these days, as always. I have a big room preset that, depending on how much you feed it, it will act differently. I don't know where I'm gonna go with. It's quite rich, this pad, I have to say. I like better the single key there. So have a look at what's in there for fun. I missed the first hit. I'll recreate it. No, it was actually the lower. Whoops. So the idea here is to input something, obviously. Because I was playing with the sound and I was like, oh, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? And I started thinking a bit too much. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to my instinct. Remember, guys, we're just laying down the ideas that are coming. So what I like to do when I have a creative part like that is to take it, leave it, mute it, take the MIDI part, replicate. If you watch my other episode, you know I do that most of the time, but this led to great result many times, so I have to keep on doing it. You know, when you find something that works, you might even want to take note to know that this is working, so next time, think about it. So this kind of pad melody. Doesn't mean it will be better, but sometime you come across some amazing stuff. Because now we have the keys, we have the melody. So we can go to well. That's nice. play with the material a little. I would change the pattern. So this, I would change this a little bit. So I would not, with this at least, there's something happening that's really nice between the bass and this. I think I could remove the reverb. Let's put it back again. Let's see. Let's join them together. So those two here, they're too close. So this note could drop probably. Or even drop this note completely. Let's see. That's cool. I think I would take this last note and I would do an accent with a different synth. Another technique for you guys, basically. So the last note of this melody here, I will take and I will maybe put the original sound that I had. Oh, that's actually cool. Here you go. So another technique is you can, do different things with keys. You can have obviously more than one synth playing the keys, but you can also divide your melodies with different synth to have a completely different feel with some of the elements, like this one. What I can do also with the bass here is we're gonna do a little experiment with the bass. So I like the bass, it's cool with the plucks, but maybe there's gonna be a part in the track that's not necessarily gonna call for this type of bass. So we're gonna take it and we're gonna so that's obviously a completely different feel, but so with this done, I think there was another bass that has a bit less of a dark attack kind of feel. Not this one, I think the house. Yeah, but it doesn't have the feel that I'm looking for. Better. This one, you can drop the FM. Oh. Let's bring it back to the original. Let's cut let's cut it completely. Oh. I think it's cool, but like to hear these with a bit of a delay kind of in there. Is there any effect on this synth? I haven't used it for such a long time. No, I don't think there's any effects here, so I just want a bit of a delay. This deep tech here, maybe I'm gonna try the delay that's already in there to fit the rest. Oh yeah. Oh, like that. This is a great start, guys. Let's see where we at. Okay, we still have some time. So now I'm gonna go into some more modern and advanced synth because we're still playing with some old stuff. So I'm gonna use Alchemy, of course. And I'm gonna go, tempted key leads, I'm gonna go into pads, I think. I'm gonna try to find random, here, click, crossing the universe? Sure, I like to cross the universe. gonna use our reverb bus. Oh, not this one. Okay, I'm gonna browse a bit more. Oh, yeah. Okay. I like this part. Ooh, I think I got something here, guys. It came to me. Like, it's not what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to add a pad, but the sound was calling for a little bit in the Anjunadeep territory, guys. I don't want to say it too much because, you know, they're gonna come at me. No, I'm just kidding. A little bit more here, this key. Another thing that's very important, guys, that I start doing more and more. I'm actually writing a track with my co-producer, who's actually much more a composer than me, and the MIDI velocity is sometimes makes so much difference in really the feel of the track. It can optimize, you know. So we basically record, and he liked to play the keys in real time, so we record. And after this, I look at the MIDI and I listen, and I gauge everything, and I can really literally create more emotion with just having the right velocity onto the keys, right? So here, and then it's not, they would be all full, it's like, so it definitely add a great feel. And I'd like to know, guys, do you guys think that this is melodic house in the link below, or more deep progressive house, or it's... So now I think we need some kind of texture, kind of feely kind of thing. I'm gonna go again in Alchemy. I'm gonna go to soundscape. I'm gonna try to, you know, bring a layer of something to make the track more interesting. It's gonna be, it could be a pad, but it could be also really sound effecty kind of. I love this. Really cool. That's gonna help. You wanna let it open completely to see what the sound is in there, so I'm able to mix it. And then I'm gonna stop it here. So it's obviously too loud for the peak of this ambience. I'm gonna send it to not this delay. So let's listen to this. Oh, it's deep. Let's see what else there is. There's the bright version here. Nice, super rich. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the lows, as you should always do, really. Pretty much everything under 200. Oh, this one is coming out nice, guys. You never know, you know, when I start those episodes, sometime I'm happy, sometime I'm less happy. But I still finish this. That's always gonna finish something for you guys. So this is a nice kind of feel. Now I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm gonna go open another instance of Alchemy here. I'm gonna go to sound effect and try to find some kind of some hits, I would say. Let's see what we have. Kit, nature, sci-fi, sync, transitions, ambient. Oh, that's interesting. Mysterious here. That was cool, this. Right here. So we can hear where I'm going with that, I guess. It's a bit too loud. So let's say we put it alternating with the other effect that we put in there. Let's hear this one here. This one is simpler, I like that. Not too invasive, just to create something more dynamic. So now I'm thinking I'm gonna make it even bigger. So we'll continue progressing into the track for just a little bit more. I want to limit those episodes to be, you know, max 40 minutes long so people don't get bored. I mean, you can hear what you can do in 40 minutes. This is quite special. So now I was looking at things and I was looking at the strings and I was like, yeah, some strings in there, paddish kind of strings, kind of would do very well. So this is what. Where to put them. C, yes, D minor, no, E. quite what I'm looking for yet. No. Nothing. Oh, loading. This one I know and I like. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an insert to our little melody by just dropping a single key here, quantize it. Oh, not there. Maybe it's actually there. So every time this cycle, the melody here finishes, this will come. And then it disappeared just in time for the next melody to come in. So let's put it the right length. Do this here. And guys, let's have a look at this here that we created. We definitely have a great start to a melodic house track. I'm very happy with the result, guys. I'm surprised sometimes it comes so well. And it's been a while actually I didn't make music because I was running the Paris Marathon last week. I don't know. And that's it, guys. It's gonna be it for episode 363. Much more episode below in the link. Check out wemakedancemusic.com, and until next time, may the sounds be with you.